Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Yankee Center podcast. And we are here just before opening day. Last spring training game, watching right now, actually. And it has been a wild couple of days of emotions, ranging from an actual injury to a theorized injury to many other things. Tom, Eddie, how are you two doing?
I want this all to stop. Can we just play real baseball games and not have to worry about spring training injuries? Spring training injuries are the most annoying injuries because the games don't count, so you're just losing these players because they're trying to get some work in and they fuck something up, so now they're hurt. And let's just not. Okay, let's not.
This might be a controversial opinion, but I'm actually assuming that there's no other major injury today. I'm somewhat content with what we had this spring injury wise. Like it could have been a lot worse when looking at previous
Well,
shit
comparing
we've
to
gone
the
through.
years where we broke the record for most injuries
Exactly
in
what
a
I'm
season,
saying.
this is a cakewalk.
That's what I'm saying. Like we had a few, but they aren't like earth shattering in the sense of, like aside from Britain at least, 1-2 month injuries mostly, and not to too many different guys that we necessarily care about, with the exception of course Voit. So I'm feeling pretty decent right now. Eddie, how are you feeling?
We're in the middle of like a little crisis going on.
Yeah.
There's a big mystery. I don't know when people will be listening to this. Hopefully by then, we'll have an answer to the crisis that we're going through right now. But we don't know
Answers
what's
are
going
nice.
on. Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion right now. Boone was scheduled to talk. He's not talking. Cashman was scheduled to talk. Now that's delayed. People are worried about a Judge injury, but I think we're in the clear with that because he did batting practice unless
Oh,
something
Stanton
went.
just hit a bomb. Wait,
Oh,
Oh,
nope.
nice,
Oh, off the
nice.
wall. Off the wall.
Okay.
I thought
oh,
that was going
he
out.
he thought he got it. He thought he
Yeah,
got it.
he pimped it.
Hey, at least we got the run in, unlike Aaron Hicks, fucking little tapper back to the mound. You kidding me?
Well,
Gotta
anyway.
be.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
Stanton's in
like I was saying
mid-season
about
form.
Judge. Yeah, Stanton's looking good. He's healthy, playing.
thank
Although,
God.
just bubble wrap everyone at this point. We have 8 more innings left after this one, so get us to the season.
Yes.
And hopefully we don't get some horrible news, which I'm a little worried about. But please, Cashman, just end the speculation soon. Address us. Calm us down. We're waiting on you, Brian.
I'm not expecting anything too big at this point. I could be wrong. That I'm just thinking it's not going to be anything major. My guess is maybe just a weird roster move or something. Nothing big, but I guess we'll see. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think it's an injury, especially definitely not the Judge. I'm no longer originally that was my thought process. I no longer think Judge is hurt because he took BP, and Meredith Marakovich said that he was fine. So I'm not really worried about him. But I'm interested though. Tom was speculating earlier that he thinks maybe Wade didn't make the roster, although I think he did. But we'll see. The only
Is
thing
he
with
in the
Wade
lineup
is
today?
no, he's not.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't mean much. I mean, this is the whole starting lineup.
Oh.
This is literally the starting
He's
lineup
gone.
minus Judge.
He's gone. See you, Tyler. And then Aaron Judge and Tyler Wade are good
I
friends.
think this is
so
more hoping on Tom's behalf than actual reality.
Tyler Wade's making the roster. Let's be honest.
no,
Like
he's
Tom.
gone. Bye, Tyler. See you later.
In all seriousness, if he didn't make the roster, what other infielder is there? Tyro Estrada?
I do not want Taro Estrada. I
That's what I'm
really don't want
saying.
either of them.
It's going to be Wade unless they bring in an infielder. Then maybe, but otherwise, no shot.
The Yankees have acquired a really good player instead of a bad player. Sources confirm.
Sauces.
Yes. Hi, Mike. How you doing? But yeah. Let's not with the injuries. My guess would be that since we've heard that he took batting practice, that he's fine. He probably just didn't want to risk it today. Why try anything? Why just get your reps in, get your swings in, be ready for Thursday?
Yeah.
But But it's omnibus. It's been ominous, or is it ominous or omnibus?
Wait, say
Either
it again.
way, ominous or omnibus?
I say ominous.
Ominous. Let's say ominous. We're gonna go with ominous. It's just ominous when like Boone cancels his presser and then Cashman's scheduled to speak, and then that's the day in which Aaron Judge isn't in the lineup for 3 days in a row. So it's like, can we not? Can we like not have injuries for today? And then like maybe during the season maybe have a little injury, but like when the games actually count. All right.
Yeah.
Because like this sucks.
No, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty bummed about Voit, of course. That's a guy I was really looking forward to watching to start the season. And I mean, obviously he led MLB in home runs last year, so that's a very big bet that you're losing. Luckily, it really makes the Jay Bruce acquisition big. I mean, I always say this every time you get a player and you say, I don't know if there's going to be room for them, something always happens for them to find a spot somehow. Like I've noticed that every year with the Yankees, every time we say that, it always happens, whether it's an injury or something else. They find a way onto the team, and that was the case of Jay Bruce. Because if it wasn't for that injury, he
It
probably
always
wasn't.
works out.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna make the team. So that's pretty
That's
interesting.
baseball, Susan.
Yeah, that's baseball, Susan. And you know what? I am actually happy to watch Jay Bruce because I like him a lot. I think he's a good guy. He's in really good shape. You can see it. He's in better shape than he's probably been in years right now. So I think he's
Best
gonna have
shape of
a
his life.
best shape of his life, and for once I actually mean it. So I think that he's gonna be in at least a doable replacement until Voit comes back.
Eddie?
Yeah. At one point, I was leaning towards Bruce making the roster without a Voit injury, but then, I feel like he had a good couple games at the beginning of spring, and it kind of like biased my opinion. But then by the end, I was like, I'm not feeling that he should make it. And then this Voit injury news comes out, and congratulations, Bruce, you're on the roster. So you know what? We just gotta hope that he provides us. I mean, we don't need him to be Luke Voigt, but just
Of
don't be
course.
horrible.
Yeah, don't
Um,
suck.
We
Don't
have
suck.
eight
Yeah.
other guys that can hit. Actually, seven. Not really sold on Gary Sanchez, but 7 other guys. I'm very confident in the lineup. So just don't be horrific, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at too. I mean, I feel good about this team overall right now. I'm interested to see how because we've been talking about how the bullpen is going to shake out, and it seems like Nelson's definitely going to make the team. I mean, the Yankees, we know they love him. We've talked about this. The scouts continue to rave about him, and I'm very excited to watch him this year. He's probably at the top of my anticipated list for the bullpen, just because the intrigue is there, and he can legitimately be like a late inning reliever just based on his talent. So if he takes that next step, that would be huge for the Yankees in the absence of Zach Britton. And then when Britton comes back, I mean, if he's dealing, I mean, you're gonna have quite a bullpen at that point because the Yankees bullpen is pretty deep. And even guys like Justin Wilson, who, he had his little injury to his shoulder, but it looks like he's gonna be back fairly soon because he was itching to throw just days after his injury. So seemingly it's not that serious, luckily, because we can't deal with another injury right now. Please.
Yes. Let's have more good pitchers. I'm in favor. Let's do that.
Yeah, you're in favor of more good pitchers.
I'm in favor of us having pitching that can pitch good baseball.
Honestly, I don't think I've seen anything about this. Maybe I've missed it. Is Lucas Leakey making the roster?
I hope so.
We don't know yet. Okay.
I would say last thing I heard, he was in the mix for the last spot along with a couple other guys. I think if I had to guess, he will get a spot, but I honestly don't know. I hope he does, just because he's earned it. And I think that we always
is
talk
he
about
on the 40 man?
Yes, I don't know. He might be, but I'm not totally sure. But
because that might be what this hubbub is about. Maybe they're trying to find a way to add him on here.
You never know, because we always talk about how the Rays find these guys out of nowhere that are in their 30s and their spin rates just suddenly go up out of nowhere. Lucky could be that guy for us. So if the Yankees are smart, they will actually give him a chance because, again, we will take all the good pitchers we can get, and we can end up we have the talent to have the deepest bullpen in baseball. I don't even think that's a question. Like, we have the talent. It's just a matter of all of that coming together properly. So, time will tell on that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I said it before about Lucas Littke. If he was on the Rays, I mean, we'd have
Oh my,
Yankee fans going crazy.
we'd
Damn,
be
how did they find this guy again? They're insane. So, I mean, I'm excited about him, but just because he's not on the Rays, you know what? Maybe the Yankees can find some pitching talent too. I know it's not been our greatest talent, and when we do find good pitchers, we do have to pay them $324 million. But you know
yeah.
what? I have faith. Let's go, Lucas Littke.
I agree. His curveball's pretty nasty. Let's be honest. Are you guys still here, by the way?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here,
It,
and
it cut.
someone
It cut
just
out
got
for a
plunked, by the way.
second. Oh, nice. Yes, but his curveball is nasty, specifically, and yeah, just having an extra lefty in there is always nice as well. Yeah, obviously, you wish his fastball was had more velocity to it, but like with his spin rates, I think he'll be a good reliever. I don't know if he'll ever be like a closer type, but I think he could be a really solid middle innings reliever.
You
That
know,
gives
he could be better. Who knows?
Get him some steroids, get that velocity pumping. Let's go.
At the very least, he has the spin rates to be an elite reliever. Like, that's not even me bullshitting. Like, he has the stuff at the very least right now. So, he's not like your prototypical reliever for sure based on the velocity. I mean, it's very low. It's not what you expect to see, but guys can find a way to get around that. We've seen it before, and look at guys like Darren O'Day, man. He's still pitching in the big leagues, and this guy barely hits 90. So you never know. You just never know relievers.
Yeah, adding Licky is always is a good idea. And then I think you guys mentioned it earlier. I might have not heard you, but did you mention Nick Nelson?
Yes, we did talk about Nick Nelson.
Oh my God, Nick Nelson has been throwing these changeups off of his fastball that have been making pitchers that have been making hitters look foolish, just absolutely foolish.
I'm very high on. Oh, Nick Nelson, I think he's gonna have a big year. Like, if I had to pick one guy that hasn't technically broken out yet, it would be him. I mean, just all the numbers support it. He has the stuff very clearly, and I mean, even last year when he pitched, though, although he wasn't spectacular, I mean, he had some good outings there. I mean, you can tell that there was real potential there, and I'm excited to see what he does, man. I think that the Yankees bullpen is not really something to be concerned about, assuming that Justin Wilson is actually
looking good
okay.
too.
Yeah, as long as Justin Wilson's okay, I'm not worried. Because if he actually got hurt and he missed significant time, then I'd be a little worried because you're kind of back down to what you were at last year in terms of proven relievers. But just that one extra makes a difference. And then of course when Britton eventually comes back, then you're back to full strength and you can tout that elite bullpen that could hopefully back up that rotation, because we got to see what this rotation is going to do still, man. That's the biggest question mark, although I'm fairly optimistic with it. Probably more optimistic than the average Yankees fan, honestly. But I have my reasons, though. I do have my reasons.
Yes. Is Michael King going to make it?
I'm going to say he could. I wouldn't be shocked, personally.
Oh, that's a bomb.
Yeah, that was a bomb. I think they want to stretch him out, probably, if I had to give it a guess right now, because they're going to need a lot of spot starters in the first month.
Especially with Clark hurt as well.
Yeah, like they're going to need that depth to call up when they need starts. So I don't think they're going to put him in the bullpen. But I could be wrong. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, based on the stuff we saw from him this spring, I mean, at the very least, that's a guy that can be a very good reliever. Like, he's throwing 96, 97 now, which is such a huge jump from what we saw last year.
Yeah, he's a reliever. You can tell. He's gonna be a reliever. I think he could be
a damn good one, maybe.
Yeah, I think Nelson and King have like kind of like this Chad Green kind of quality to them, where it's like you can tell that they probably aren't starters, but you put them in the bullpen and they're just nasty.
Yeah.
Loizaga too. Loizaga isn't a starter either.
Oh, of course not.
No, mostly because of injuries.
Yeah, him more so than anybody. He's not a starter. But overall, I think that this Yankees team is really going to have a great year, man. I mean, people are talking about, oh, the bats have kind of been falling asleep this last week and a half. I'm like, I don't care. It's spring training. When we get to the
I'm
regular
glad.
season, I'm gonna care.
I'm superstitious, so them sucking
It's
during
good.
the last week is great for when the games actually start, like the first few weeks.
Right.
It's like it's reverse psychology. Hey, you suck now, but when the games actually start, your suckiness is gone, and now it's
Yeah,
just time to fucking rake.
Yep.
I'm up for it.
I mean, yeah, like you also have to think about. I think DJ LeMahieu even said it this week. Like he's like the
Yeah.
spring games, they're just a little too long. Like the players are probably a little tired of spring. It's a different feeling when they get to Yankee Stadium
Oh yeah.
and the games actually count. Like spring training, even for the fans, I'm sure it's the same for the players. Like I lose a little bit of interest in the games because you're so close to the real thing. You're like, just give me real baseball at this point. So.
Yeah.
I'm not worried at all. They're just, I'm sure, going through the motions to end spring, but once it's April 1st and however many fans will be cheering at Yankee Stadium,
It's
I'm
April
sure.
1st, and we're the fools for thinking we were gonna get into the season healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. Very
Most
sad.
teams face it. I mean, most teams face injuries. I mean, I hate when people bitch and moan because there's a couple injuries. Like, I know it's not ideal, of course, but I mean, teams are going to face injuries in spring. Most do. Most teams don't go through spring training without a single damn injury. So when one guy gets hurt and I see Twitter explode saying, same old Yankees, I want to fucking slap these people. Like, it's just annoying as hell. Like, give it time. Like, if we're like 2 months from now, and we don't suffer any more injuries except maybe a couple minor ones, you're still going to bitch and moan. That's a big improvement over last year. And you got to keep in mind, you got to look at the type of injuries that are happening too. Like, look at Tauchman. He had a foul ball off his ankle. What, you going to say that?
Okay, by the way, is he playing?
No update on him yet, but
oh man,
you're
dead.
going to tell me that this is because he wasn't working out properly? No, he hit a foul ball off his fucking ankle. Like,
I personally want everyone to play 162 games, by the way.
Me too. I would love it.
That's baseball season.
I would love it.
35 starts, too. Everyone needs to.
Of course.
There are only 3 players on this team who I can't have getting hurt under any circumstance. And can't have you getting hurt.
Okay.
An argument can be made for 4. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Judge, Cole, Stanton, Gleyber. Those 4 can't have it.
Yep.
Sorry. And you
I could include DJ
Chapman
too.
would suck. Oh, DJ as well.
Yeah.
Don't get hurt either.
Yeah,
So,
you need DJ.
Like I don't even think of injuries
reliable,
when it
though.
comes to DJ. He's like a freaking machine.
He had that thumb last year, right?
And he still played 50 games.
Yeah, that wasn't really. He didn't miss too much time with that.
He only missed 10 games last year. So
those injuries don't piss me off that much. I mean, I'm still upset to lose them, but
the short-term little banged-up injuries don't mean anything. But
exactly.
we can't have people like needing surgery and shit, breaking shit. Don't do that, okay? If you want to pull a hammy or something, go for it. But if you want to tear your knee up, don't do that.
Yeah, and just looking at like these injuries in particular, though, again, outside of Voit, and even that, like that's not like something that you can say it's because of like his body being too tight or him being too big or anything. Like that's a knee injury is very different than like the injuries we've seen from Judge or Stan. Like that's very different. So I don't see any issues as of now where I say something still needs to change. The Yankees clearly aren't making the necessary changes to their workout regimens in the offseason. No, I think they've made clear changes. Eric Cressey has made that clear. The Yankees have made it clear. And even just looking at some of these players, like you can just physically, they look better. They look a little thinner, but they also still got that muscle. Like they're all in great shape, man. I'm not really gonna buy into that stupid fucking narrative of the same shit every year. We're gonna keep getting hurt, doom and gloom. Let's all cry on the bed. No, I'm not down with that.
Yeah, I think injury-wise, we're in a good place compared to the rest of the league. Sure, the Britton injury and the Voit injury, they suck. You're usually due for 1 or 2 key injuries in spring training. Like you said, it's something you have to deal with, and I'm glad that the injuries are happening early in the season as opposed to late, so now they can actually get back and actually play and get a rhythm going. because like I hated when like remember in 2019 when Encarnacion and Gary came back and they had no rehab whatsoever because they came
Yeah.
back in
Oh, that was
September.
horrible.
And I was like, and you could tell that they were rusty. I was like, oh
Edwin
man.
was so bad against the Astros.
And I felt
It was
bad because
brutal.
Edwin actually, like, I had faith in him. I did, like, throughout his tenure here, but that kind of just killed
I
it.
can't even like be mad at him. It's just
No, I
like,
can't either.
I
dude
mean, I was
has
a little
no
upset
rehab.
in the moment when
Wait, in the
we went
moment,
to
of
a
course, it's a little
6-game series and really wanted to win, but he did get put in a pretty shitty spot. Like that was
Yeah.
That's baseball season. It
And
sucks.
damn it, I had a thought, I lost it.
Clint
The world
walks,
may
baby.
know.
Clint walks.
Clint.
Now we're getting the Gary. Now we're getting the Gary after that.
Yeah, Gary. That reminds me. We are re-signing Robert Chirino, seemingly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Robinson Chirino.
That's-
Robinson Chirino. Yes, sorry,
Don't-
Robinson.
Don't get that wrong. He's too important to forget.
Don't get
Of
it
course.
twisted. That's our third catcher.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Takes one injury and he'll be our second.
Yes, Higgy, stay healthy. Gary, stay healthy and actually hit the baseball. Thank you.
Bang.
Yep.
Would be nice.
He hit the baseball.
Did he? Oh, he hit the
Yeah.
ball. Oh no.
Double play.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
I mean, he hit it.
Launch
So
angle
can we
needs
agree that
improvement.
Gary sucks?
Oh no. Gary, we should talk about this. We
Yeah.
have to talk about this
Let's
because
dive into some
we had
Gary.
this conversation yesterday. We agreed to give Gary until what was it, May 1st?
Yes.
Like you can't be bad by May 1st.
Yeah.
Like you have to show that you're at least an adequate Major League Baseball player because he wasn't that last year. Hit over 200, please. Hit some dingers, and you'll get a longer leash. But if you're hitting under 200 and you're not the greatest defensive catcher, he'll never be the greatest defensive catcher. But the thing that makes him awesome when he's right is the bat. So hit the ball. Thank you.
Honest question. Do you think he's going to have a good year?
I'm superstitious, so the bad spring actually makes me say yes.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no too. I'm sorry.
Fine. I'll be on the Gary
I had
bandwagon.
no.
Yeah, take the Gary train, but I just
Fine,
don't.
you
fine,
can ride
fine.
it.
I took the Clint train, and it got
Yeah.
me a starting left field job and a
Good job.
905 OPS.
How many other trains did you miss?
I've
Yeah.
I've missed one train in my life before at Yankee Stadium after a game. Well, it was actually what happened was the game got rained out, and they said go to track. I believe it was either track A or track 1. I forgot if they were lettered or numbered. Okay, so we go to track A, track 1, get in the train, right? Turns out it wasn't our train. We went to Grand Central Station, which was very nice, very clean. Didn't get a pretzel though. Very disappointed in that.
Ooh,
but then
that's a
caught on. We caught on another train. So I have missed one train in my life.
Yes, you have missed a train.
Well,
Okay.
This will be number 2.
This will be number 2.
I disagree. I was on the Aaron Judge train too.
I was too. I
was
was
on the Aaron Judge train too.
I was on the Luis Severino as a starter train after his bad 2016. I was like, nope.
Even
Don't
I
give up
was.
on him yet.
Well, I mean, Luis Severino was included in a couple of trade proposals. Probably for Chris Sale though, but that was about it. And I don't think that was terribly unreasonable at the time. Chris Sale was good.
They wanted. What did they want? They wanted like Gleyber and Sevy.
I think they wanted.
They definitely wanted.
It was unreasonable.
I remember Gleyber was definitely in there, but that was quite a day. So let's get into this here, my friends, my fine fickle friends. Gleyber's looking good defensively. How are you feeling about that? And offensively.
Ooh, you know what? I said this yesterday and I stand by it. The fact that nobody's been talking about it tells you that he's been good.
Made a nice play yesterday.
And that's the truth, because like if he was doing bad, we all know New York media would tear him to shreds. They already were prior to the start of spring training, saying this guy came in out of shape last year. What's he going to do this year? Oh, this ain't going to be good. But you know what? He's been at least average all spring. He has not been a liability at all to this point. And like you said, even the offense, man, he's looked very good at the plate. So I'm expecting a typical Gleyber Torres year. I mean, it's exciting
Yeah.
as hell.
Oh, I'm gonna have some predictions coming up soon, by the way. And
Ooh.
I think in my head he's gonna have a career year. I think he may crack 40 this year.
Ooh, I like
Okay. So very excited about that. Uh, this is we must remember that this is our season preview. So I do want to take a moment to go around the league a little bit and see. Well, first of all, let's start in the AL East because we've got two teams who are going to be pretty good competition against the Yankees for the AL East crown. I think, well, obviously the Rays got a little worse because they lost Morton and they lost, who else? They lost Snell. They traded him away like a bunch of dumbasses. So I was thinking, who are you more afraid of, Toronto or Tampa?
Hmm. I'm gonna have to say Tampa. I think
They're,
that Toronto has the better lineup, obviously, but their pitching they have so many injuries right now. The pitching is not scary at all. And Tampa, they always find a way, man. They always find a way.
Uh-huh.
So I think that they're gonna have a couple guys that come out of nowhere. They have Randy Arozarena for a full year now. They have the number one prospect in all of baseball in the form of Wander Franco. I mean, this is a team that we should not totally count out because it just takes a few of these pieces hitting for them to suddenly become a contender with us. So watch out for the Rays.
yeah. Eddie?
I want to say Toronto because I just want to, but I just feel
Yeah, I
like
want
as Luke said, the Rays are just I don't know. I can't give you a good logic behind it.
Oh, I'll tell
There's
you
just gonna be
why.
some guys that are gonna come out and be great, and then the Rays are gonna be a pain for the whole season.
Of
Not
course.
division winners like last year, which still pissed me off. They won the division, but they were good, unfortunately. They lost guys, but they will be replaced. It's just the Tampa Bay way. They'll be
Nice play,
stingy,
Clint.
but the Yankees have this division this year. I'm very confident in that. But the Rays will definitely be stingy, pain. Toronto probably will hover around 78 to 82 wins, if I had to guess.
Ooh, little low, buddy. A little low.
Yeah, I don't know how far he could go with that pitching. I mean, Ryu is solid, even though the Yankees do own him. Um,
That's what I'm saying. Like the
yeah.
Blue Jays have a lot, to me at least, they have more question marks because the Rays, even in their rotation, despite losing Snell and Charlie Morton, they still have enough there where they can be good. And
Mm.
they always and I mean, look what they did in the past. They were able to get by with just 3 real starters, and then they would bullpen the rest of it. I mean, you're telling me they can't do that again? They easily can if the right pieces hit on this team. So, and again, speaking of hitting their lineup, it could easily take a big step forward this year, very easily, because they have a lot of good players coming up. And like we said, we're gonna find out the truth about a Randy Arozarena, and if he's even half of what we saw in the playoffs, that's a huge addition to the Rays lineup over the course of a full season. Because their lineup never scared me in the past, but just a lot of pesky guys, and they know how to mix and match really well.
Mm. They got the Joey Wendells and shit that
Yeah.
really piss me off. But they also have Mike Zunino playing catcher, and he hits under 200 every year. He's basically Gary Sanchez, but better defensive numbers, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's just ridiculous. They always find a way, and then in that Tropicana Field ballpark, it's just that's why I'm scared because that freaking ballpark is like a house of horrors for us, and also our batters just don't match up well against their pitchers. They just never do. The pitching always beats the swing and miss power guys, it seems, but it they I agree. Tampa Bay is more scary. I know that the MLB pundits like to prop up the Blue Jays, and for good reason. They're a very talented lineup. This isn't a knock on them at all. It's just it feels like Tampa, plays to our weaknesses better than Toronto does. We can out hit a team with good offense and bad pitching. We can't beat a team with good offense and great pitching. It feels like. So that's my thought process. Tampa scares me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, they can definitely compete with us this year, man. They're the only team in the AL that I'm looking at, and I'm going, they could make a run at us. The rest of them don't really scare me at all. But the Rays, after what we saw last year and knowing what
Chicago
they can
doesn't
do,
scare you?
they don't scare me. They're more of a team. I would
Yeah.
say keep an eye on them because they can take that next step forward. And objectively speaking, they're better than the Rays right now. The Rays just kind of give me that eerie vibe, dude. They're like that horror movie that they kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, but there's not really any jump scares. It's kind of like that.
What about Minnesota?
They're Minnesota. I mean, until they actually win the playoffs, I don't give two shits about what they do. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
What
No
about
offense to
Houston?
Minnesota, but
Houston has a good team, of course, but they don't got Verlander this year. Greinke's only getting older, and let's keep it real. They got a great lineup, but they did lose George Springer.
Aren't
This
we
team
all
is-
only getting older?
Yes, but in sports, it's quite different.
Yes.
Greinke
Eddie,
never really
so-
scared me either, to be honest.
Yeah, like Houston right now, they're not scaring me.
He's
Only
crafty.
only the Rays are scaring me
Right.
a bit right now.
Mm.
So time
Houston's
will
best
tell.
days are behind them, personally.
I agree. I mean, they
playing
have some
them-
great prospects. So if a few of those pitchers pan out, then maybe they can go back to what they were. But right now,
Right.
at least, they're not that same powerhouse. They're just
Yeah.
not. So
I think Verlander's
Right now,
probably done for
yeah,
the most part.
I mean, we are the clear favorites in the AL as of now. In baseball, I'd still have to give the edge to the Dodgers and the Padres. But with that said, if things pan out correctly, that can change very easily. Baseball is a wild sport, and you just never know what's going to happen, man. So our predictions honestly mean dog shit. Let's be
Yeah.
honest about it.
Predictions mean diddly dick.
In
Really?
baseball, they mean nothing.
They're just fun to do.
Exactly.
Like, nobody cares.
This is the least predictable sport out there.
Yeah. Can't predict baseball, Susan.
You really can't.
Did anyone would have guessed like Gary Sanchez would hit 147 last year? No. Or like Christian Yelich.
No.
That
Yep,
sucks.
say no.
But yes. Like you're saying, Dodgers, in my opinion, they're winning the West with the Padres getting the wild card, right? In the Central, I'm gonna pick the Cardinals to win their division, but I don't see anyone else coming out of the Central in the playoffs. And then I think that the last spots for the playoffs in the NL are coming from the East. I think the Mets, Braves, Phillies are all going to be battling. And so
huge Philly.
and I wouldn't count out Washington either.
I wouldn't count them out. They made some interesting moves. I'll give them that. They added a lot of major league guys to their lineup who can be good, but it's more of you're kind of banking on them to bounce back. It's kind of like the Yankees rotation. You're banking on guys to bounce back from either a down year or an injury. And if they do that in that Washington lineup with their rotation, yeah, they can totally compete. Imagine if Josh Bell has a repeat of his 2019. That would be a huge addition to that Nationals lineup.
Eddie?
Yeah, in terms of the National League, I mean, I don't, as you said, the Phillies, I'm not a huge, I don't know, I just don't have a ton of faith in them.
Ronald Torreyes made the team.
Well, maybe that changes things a little bit. Now they might be bumped up to National League favorites with Toe.
Oh, yeah.
No, but for real, in that division, I think it's going to be a Mets-Braves fight. But I do think, the two wildcard teams will be the probably the Padres. I don't think they can beat the Dodgers for the division. And the Mets or Braves. By the way, can we talk about no expanded playoffs? You guys do not know how happy that makes me.
We're not. That's right. We're not getting expanded playoffs. The thing that pisses me off is we're also not getting the DH.
Yeah.
I mean,
the trade-off is not
it doesn't
equal.
bother me too much, but
It bothers me. It bothers me. You want to know why? You want to know
Why?
why it bothers me? You want to know why?
Why
it
do you give a
bothers me?
shit?
I'm going to tell you why it bothers me, okay? So watch this. Watch this. Yankees make the World Series. They're playing the Dodgers, right? Clayton Kershaw on the mound, right? Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yankees outfield, Aaron Judge, Aaron Hicks, left field, Giancarlo Stanton. Who gets the shaft in that scenario?
Oh, okay. I see.
Now,
It's unfortunate.
do you see why I'm mad now?
Yeah, it's annoying.
That's
I'm sorry,
unfortunate.
Clint.
That's unfortunate.
Stanton would
right.
have to play
It's all
outfield
right.
though in a World
It's all right.
Series.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. No. Here's what's gonna happen. Game 6, Yankees coming back home because we got home field advantage on those bitches. All right. Bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. Yankees down by 1. DJ LeMahieu. No, someone's on first base. I don't give a shit who. Maybe Gary gets a walk or some shit. Clint hits the bomb. We win the World Series.
You're
Take
quite
that.
a dreamer. You're a dreamer.
Take that, National League Baseball. National League Baseball sucks. Are you kidding me? You're telling me you would rather watch a pitcher hit than Clint?
You're never going to see big. We need to watch Big Sexy.
This is a
we need the Big Sexy
he
type.
Retired. Well, he didn't retire, but he's pretty much
Bartolo
done.
will never retire.
No, that guy's gonna pitch in like a beer league one of these years. If he's
He already
not
is.
already. Oh my god. Every freak like Bartolo Colon's life story is quite interesting. Obviously he used to throw like 97 miles an hour. He used to be like a flamethrower. He was a beast. He won a Cy Young, He was a very talented pitcher. Then he gets like really, really, really fat. And like he learns like this nasty two-seamer and gets to pitch another like decade. It's just ridiculous, man. Like now he just like decided to just never retire. I don't think he likes his family that much. But then again, you realize that he's got like 3 different families, so you have to decide which one. So I don't know.
Dang. That got sad.
Yeah. No, it wasn't sad for him. He was the one that having some side chicks. So.
Yeah.
Use protection. Use protection, folks.
Use protection, kids.
Wow. Okay.
That was an awkward story when it came out.
I'm sorry. Yeah, remember that? I
had
to bring it up.
I remember.
Bring it up.
Yeah. His first start after that too, he pitched horrible. Had some other things on his mind. I remember watching it, and he just wasn't good.
Yeah.
He wasn't even that bad with the Mets. He had a couple solid.
No, it was very good. It was a very solid.
Oh, he was a great back end starter for the Mets.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember Gary Cohen called this home run one of the greatest moments in baseball history.
I mean,
it kind of was.
Yes, that was just chef's kiss. That home run needed an over the top call.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Gary Cohen delivered it. They're great. But yes, I'm going to try to get this podcast back on track. I'm sorry for my Clint Bartolo Colon National League Baseball rant. Nobody wants to see a pitcher hit. Thank you. I'm going to ask you guys. First, we're going to start in the NL here. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to gun to your head right now. Okay.
All right. Gun is to my head.
Gun to your head. We're going to start in the East. NL East. Who's winning the NL East? Gun to your head.
Mets.
Eddie.
I'll say Mets too.
Oh wow. I'm just gonna try to be different from you guys. So I'm gonna pick the Braves. Okay.
Yeah. But is that pretty close to a toss up
what
for
your
me?
heart tells you?
No, it's not. I think the Mets are gonna win it. But
damn it,
no,
Tom, keep it honest.
Actually, no. I actually think the Braves are gonna win. I'll tell you why. I don't think the Mets have this. I don't think the Mets have the starting pitching right now. I like the Braves. I
forgot.
Pitching.
Wait, who's hurt?
Carrasco's out till Memorial Day.
Syndergaard is also hurt as well.
That's unfortunate.
Because he's coming back from Tommy John. So
yeah, that's quite unfortunate.
I love the lineup. They're my second wild card pick behind the Padres. I think it's going to be Braves-Padres in the wild card.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And Braves winning the division. So Central, my friends,
All
This
right,
is a pretty crappy division.
gun to my head.
But gun to your head, go for it.
Cardinals.
Yep. Eddie?
I'll say Cardinals too. I want to say the Cubs, but I
Nah.
The
I
Cubs
just
are
gotta
such
go.
a mess right now.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to go with a
It
fun
feels like they're
outlier.
one of those teams stuck in the middle.
Because
Yeah.
they don't know what they're doing. They have a.
haven't traded Bryant yet. They
It's
haven't
crazy.
traded. Rizzo. They just announced that they weren't able to get a Rizzo extension done, right? And
Yep.
it's just like Javi Baez had a bad year, but that doesn't really matter. And Javi Baez is going to be a free agent as well. So you're going to get Chris Bryant a free agent, Javi Baez a free agent, and Anthony Rizzo a free agent.
Yeah, next year they're gonna suck.
And like their owner hasn't shown any inclination to spend money. So I think one of those
On the contrary.
players, I think one of those players will stay, but I think two may leave. That's my guess.
Wouldn't even be shocked if I had to guess right now. Rizzo stays, Bryant and Baez both leave.
Yeah, I agree. Rizzo gives me like a Cubs guy for.
That's a really tough pill to swallow for the Cubs fans. I mean,
I know, but like Brian seems so fed up with this team, and I think that there are going to be teams out there that what?
Are you even aware of how rich the Ricketts family is?
Oh, I know. It's freaking nuts.
They own major banks, if I remember correctly.
No, it's crazy how cheap the Cubs are being with them, but I just don't see them outbidding some other teams for Baez. And I think in the case of Bryant, like I said, he's just fed up with this team right now and the bullshit they've been pulling these last few years. So I don't think he's going to stay. And again, even with him, other teams I think will offer him more than the Cubs will. So
especially if he has a nice year.
Yeah, in the case of Rizzo, I think that his market will be decent, but much more limited than those two.
He's a little older.
Yeah, that too. So I think he might fall into their laps a little bit, and he's going to sign a short-term deal anyway. So it might be kind of right in the alley of the Cubs, and they might do it just so they can please fans while keeping a competitive player on their team. So that's just my gut.
I have an interesting segue since we're talking about number 2 overall pick Chris Bryant. Number 1 overall pick in that draft, Mark Appel, is making a comeback.
He's looking good. It's pretty exciting.
That's always been one of those stories that's like pretty crazy. The number 1 overall pick didn't even make the majors. Yeah. Injuries, and he said like his mental health wasn't great as well. I haven't read the full story yet because I do not have an athletic subscription. If anyone wants to give me one, that'd be great. Thank you. I am broke, so whatever. But he's coming back with the Phillies. If you don't remember, he got traded to the Phillies for, I believe, Ken Giles. Do you remember that?
I think that is correct. Yeah.
Yes. I believe Hunter Pence was traded for Ken Giles as well. It was like there's like this lineage of trades that all led up to one another. But yes, Mark Appel coming back with the Philadelphia Phillies. And he's hitting 95 apparently on the gun. Good luck, Mark. Just wanted to bring that up. Back to our predictions. Cubs, they're going to be like 500. Okay. Now the West is a two-team race. If there's ever been a 2-team race.
It's an easy.
Okay. Yes.
Actually, I'm picking the Rockies.
Oh. Jeff
Yeah. I have faith in the Padres are good, but I can't see them winning the division.
I mean, it's LA is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even. Although I'm hoping for the best, of course, and I think we can compete as with the Yankees. They are clearly a better team than the Yankees at any other team.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty clear cut as of now. Their lineup's crazy. Yeah. Their rotation is unfair. Like, it should be illegal, honestly. I'm going to be honest. I don't think baseball should have blocked the signing of Bauer to the Dodgers because it's just getting ridiculous.
That's a no.
It's getting ridiculous.
That's a no. The Dodgers are winning this division. I'm sorry. I have to pick the Dodgers.
We all
Eddie picked the Dodgers, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I cut off Eddie there. I just wanna say I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was a very short Dodgers answer. I didn't really need an explanation for that.
It wasn't. You can't. It's just all about like the depth for me. Like their
Mhm.
depth just beats the Padres' depth ever so slightly. I think
Yeah.
just all around, I think they're just a little bit better all around. Oh, but like I'm not like ruling out a Padres division win
Oh yeah,
either. Like anything can happen in
No,
baseball.
possible.
it's not. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, whoa, the Padres won the division. They're a very talented
No,
team. It wouldn't be anything
no. You got like
crazy.
Cronenworth at second, Tatis at short, Machado third, Austin Nola playing catcher who was kind of like an analytics darling, hits the ball really hard.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Trent Grisham is an underrated center fielder. He's a beast. And then you got Tommy Pham, Will Myers playing right field. And they signed, I forgot the guy's name. They signed a Korean baseball player. I forgot his name, but he's supposed to be really good as well from the KBO.
Oh, yeah, I know who
Yeah.
you're talking about. I'm forgetting
Yeah.
his name though.
I'm forgetting his name, but
Oh,
so we're,
oh, oh! I know exactly what you're talking about too. I can't remember though.
and then that starting pitching is pretty nuts. You got what? You got Snell, Darvish,
Yep.
Lamet, Paddock, and then they acquired Musgrove from the Pirates.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, Mike Clevenger has had Tommy John, or else this would have been a rotation for the ages, you know.
Yeah.
But next year they're going to be pretty nasty because all of these guys are under control.
Mhm.
And also they got Mackenzie Gore, the best pitching prospect in baseball, so that helps.
It's pretty big. Pretty big.
Like, what the hell did the Padres do? AJ Preller, you madman! I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to see those two teams show off. If only the MLB had some sort of way to promote these players. Oh my God! Because Bauer's about to start some shit with the Padres. Like, at some point, the Padres and Bauer are gonna get chippy because Trevor Bauer always attracts. He creates his own shit. He
He's a
creates
troublemaker.
He's just a troublemaker. He's even gotten a little tiffy with Scott Service, the manager of the Mariners. It's just like, dude, shut up and pitch, please. Please, can you just shut up and pitch? And he just never does it. It's not. I'm not gonna go on a Trevor Bauer rant. We've wasted enough energy. Oh my God. Okay, we've wasted enough energy on Trevor Bauer, but now I'm gonna stay in the West for the AL West, my friends. This is actually a really interesting division because you've got the Athletics and the Astros, and I believe the A's won the division in 2020. But we all know the talent that the Astros had. Pretty much everyone on the Astros had like a down year. So like if everyone has a good year or like up to their standards, I think that the Astros are going to give them a much better fight. But I just don't think the Athletics have the pitching right now. So I'm going to pick I'm going to pick the Astros. Just but ever so slightly.
I'm going to go A's.
I'm
going to go A's.
Eddie? Say the Angels and I'll hit you.
Nah, I'm just gonna.
They just don't have the pitching.
I'll say the Astros with a low win total.
Yeah, I think that's a kind of a dying division a little bit.
Oh
yeah.
Because like you got obviously Cole left, Springer left. Altuve had a bad year, right? And like he's entering his 30s now, and he's kind of a smaller guy. You saw what happened to Pedroia as he got older. And then you got, Correa's in his walk year. Bregman's still great. But, they're definitely, like, Greinke's a year older. Verlander had Tommy John. So they are kind of on the way down a little bit. Like, they're still a good team. It's just they're not that powerhouse that you, like, shit your pants every time you had to play them anymore. And, like, the Athletics, like I said, they don't have the pitching. And the Angels, like I said, they don't have the pitching. The Angels make me so mad. They infuriate
We talked
me.
about this last episode.
Yes,
too.
we did. It just every time it gets mentioned, my blood starts to boil. So you're telling me, let me say this. You're telling me you have like the greatest player of this generation, and you can't even win 85 games? Like
I'm honestly more mad at Trout almost right now.
Why did you sign that deal, man? Should have been in Philly playing with Harper.
He should have been here.
Oh man, that would have been
here.
That would have been so fucking dope. Jason Dominguez in the left, Mike Trout in center, Aaron Judge in right.
Don't do that to me.
Oh, nice play by that shortstop. Nice
That was
play.
a nice play.
Very nice. If that was during the regular season, my blood would be boiling. But I'm actually just in a good jovial mood. I just want this game to be over with, because spring training does not matter. So we're going to the Central. This is pretty easy, but also it's relatively easy. But it's not. It's a two-team race in my opinion.
I'll say White Sox.
Luke, what did you say?
Ooh, this is actually I'll go White Sox.
Every once in a while, man has to stray from the pack.
Oh.
Today is not that day. I'm picking the White Sox too.
Okay.
Yeah. The Indians, I'm going to say the Indians are going to be in there. I'm going to tell you. I know they traded Lindor, but you still have Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez, Roberto Perez playing catcher. They've got the Shane Bieber. Like, they'll be in there somewhere.
They got Plesac too.
And I think they will be in the wild card mix as well. Plesac as well, like you said. They don't have the outfield that you would prefer. It's not what you want, and they don't they obviously are cheap. So I can't pick them to win the division. I can't even pick them to win second place. I think they're going to finish solidly in third, and I think the top two teams will be Chicago and Minnesota. I think Minnesota might sneak into a wild card as well.
I was gonna say I could see any of those three teams getting close to winning division. Like, it's not none of them are like a million miles better than the other. White Sox are the most ahead, I'd say. But the thing is, they're such a young team that there's room for stuff to go wrong. It could happen.
I'm calling the Clint home run right now, by the way.
Oh, you're feeling a Clint homer, huh?
Yes. I do this every time, but whatever. I'm going to call it right now, calling my shot. But back to the East now. We're going to the East. I'm picking the Yankees. We can't not pick the Yankees. We're all going to pick the Yankees.
Yeah, there's no chance I pick anyone else.
I just never pick against the Yankees. I just can't do it. I can't.
Neither do I, really.
I meant to.
Even so, I don't think you can reasonably pick another team.
Yeah.
Motherfucker almost hit Clint. Now he's really going deep. He's hitting one off. He's hitting one off the scoreboard. He's hitting one off the scoreboard.
I have an idea.
Yep.
All right. What if I give you guys some Yankees over under numbers?
Yes, Eddie. Yes.
Answer. All right.
Yes. Wait. One thing.
I'm thinking of these on the spot, so.
I do have one thing. You guys are picking Tampa to finish in second.
Yeah.
Toronto in third.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Now we can move on.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with DJ LeMahieu. Ready? Batting average over or under 320.
Oh, this is. I'm gonna take the under, but I'm a little cautious. That's all. Not because I don't think he can't do it.
Oh, slight over.
Okay.
I
would say slight under.
Yeah,
like maybe that 310, 315 range.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
322 is my guess.
Wouldn't be shocked at all.
I'm smart.
Okay, now I'm ready for this. Okay. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, over or under? I'll say 75 home runs.
Over.
Give me a moment to deliberate.
That was a quick over from me. I'm going to be honest. I think that's going to happen this year.
Let me deliberate. So, Aaron Judge is healthy, right? Let's say he's not injured today. Let's say that had the whole press conference fiasco. We move past that. If he's healthy, over, massive over, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they crack 80 at least.
I would have to say the same thing. I mean, look at what Stanton did in 2018 when I would say he was not even as good of a player as he is now, honestly, at the plate. Although he hasn't had a chance to show it, but I think he's improved since then at the plate. So a full year of Stanton, I think you're looking at a 40-plus home run guy for sure. I really believe that.
Just the way he's looked. He looks like he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah, he's locked in.
I feel like this could be a health breakthrough. I feel like there's been real progress and change.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
hey,
saying.
don't
know?
say that
So, but
I
that's
want
why
to
I'm
now.
say it.
no, but
I wanted to
that's
believe
why
it.
that's
There's
why I'm
been change
mad
made.
at Yankees Twitter right now because they all just keep whining and I'm tired of it. Just let the season play out, and if everyone gets hurt again, bitch and moan all you want, but until then, just shut up. Be optimistic for once in your lives.
I think we're good. That's my
Yep.
optimism. What's the next one, Eddie?
All right. Garrett Cole, over or under 3 ERA?
Under.
Let me deliberate here. Under.
Yeah.
I'll say like 2.7, 2.8 range.
I'm
Would
gonna
be my
guess.
guess.
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
guess he's
honest.
gonna have like pretty much identical ERA to 2020.
I would argue that he will have an even better ERA because of the fact that he's going to have more time to get his ERA down from last year because we always have the 1 month he struggles to start the season, and he only had 1 month to bounce back from that this year, or last year rather. This year he has a full 162, so I think that once you get past that initial struggle, the ERA will just continue to climb down as the season progresses. So I think he does even better.
I like the way you think.
Okay. Jameson Taillon and Corey Kluber, over
no.
or under 48 starts?
Oh my
Uh,
god.
That's like the toughest number you could have gave. Like that's 24
I was
on
thinking
average.
about it, yeah.
Oh, you really had to go there.
I know. It took a lot of thought to think of an appropriate number for that.
You know what? I'm gonna say. Oh, I can't even answer this. This feels I'm gonna say slightly under for one reason. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that it's gonna be a mix of at least one minor injury, and you got to keep in mind I think they are gonna limit their innings a bit and their starts, at least a tad. So between both factors, I would say that they'll get a little bit under that, but I don't think they're gonna have like anything less than maybe 40.
I'm gonna say slight over.
Wow. I
Slide
like
over,
the
slide over.
optimism. I like the optimism.
Here's what I think.
I hope you're right.
I think you're gonna get 26 starts from Kluber and 24 from Taillon to
All
make
right.
50.
That'd be pretty nice.
All right.
See, I'm smart sometimes.
I like that. All right. Ready for this one?
No.
Gary Sanchez, over or under 220 batting average?
Ooh.
Wait, over. I'm taking the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You see, I want to take under because my gut says, Luke, don't fall into this trap again. Don't do it.
Me too.
Don't do it. But I'm gonna take a very slight over, and when I say slight over, I mean maybe he gets to like 225, 230, maybe. But that's only if like things are going well, I guess, which is sad to say.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah, I'm gonna go slight under, maybe like in the 210.
I don't blame you. I don't at all.
I just not expect to be honest. Okay, I had another one that now I just forgot. I'll just go to this one that I just thought of. All right, Jordan Montgomery,
Okay.
over or under 3.6 ERA?
I'm gonna go bold and say under.
Slide over.
Tom?
Slide over.
I was gonna say like maybe 37.
Yeah, that's my guess. Like
I'm going with the bold pick here, man. I think Monty is due for a really big year. I love what I've seen from him. The stuff looks crisp, and I think that in a full season where he gets time to really make adjustments on the fly more, and also even further removed from his Tommy John, I think we're going to see a whole new pitcher that we've been waiting to see for a while. I wouldn't even be shocked if he ends up being a postseason starter. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be shocked if he's our number 4 somehow. So I'm confident in Monty.
Monty's going to have a good year.
Next. How about this, guys? I just thought of this one. June 1st for Luke Voit's return. Over or under?
I'm going to say I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say a little bit under.
June 1st for who?
Luke Voigt's return.
Oh, under.
I want to say under, but I have a feeling like maybe like second week of June. I don't know. It's just I want to be a little overcautious with the injuries because even now maybe guys are gonna stay healthier, but I don't know how the timelines are with the Yankees still. But yeah, we'll see. So I'll go a little bit over. Okay, I got one. All right, Clint Frazier. Over
Oh,
or under 25 home runs? Tom, I don't even think we need to hear what you're going to say, but
over.
This might be upsetting for Tom, but I'm going to say under.
Walker.
And I like Clint. I just have a feeling that in this era of the slightly less juiced baseball and the launch angles that Clint usually works with, I don't see a perfect match for a lot of homers. I think he's going to have a good year. And he could totally hit 25 or more. I'm honestly more like right at 25, if not a hair under. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fine out of your left fielder batting 8th or 9th. I mean, that's amazing. But I'm just going to say that's my pick.
Oh, good news, guys. Aaron Judge is just sick.
Oh, really?
Okay.
He's just under
not COVID either.
Under the weather, according to Judge, not COVID.
Okay.
Bang.
Okay.
So.
Right, that is good news.
But dude, that gave me a heart attack throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire
We're
day.
good.
Like, let's think about this though. He came out of the game, his last game, perfectly healthy, looking perfectly normal, gave normal answers. So it was like, there's no way this guy can be hurt. Did he do something like practicing? And it's just like, oh, turns out the dude's sick. All right, cool. As long as he plays Thursday, I don't give a shit. Well, get well soon, of course. Obviously, don't want him to be sick forever here. Just all right, we're good. What's the next one, Eddie?
All right. All right, I'll end it with this.
Oh.
Yankees. Over or under 97 wins?
Over.
Yeah, I'll take the over, but I could see it being under just because, again, if the division's a little stronger, honestly, this year than last year. The Blue Jays have taken a step forward, and the Rays, while taking a step back, can easily become close to the same team as last year in terms of their win total. And one more thing too, although they're obviously not going to compete, but the Red Sox, their lineup could honestly be pretty good this year. Like they can bang. They got some good prospects coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna still take the over. I think we're gonna have.
Me too.
I think we're gonna have a great year. It's just I understand that these other teams are talented. They are. I just think we're more talented. That's it. I think on paper we're like the second most talented team in baseball, besides the Dodgers. I think you can make a strong argument there. Maybe third if you want to go with the Padres. I wouldn't argue that. But still, that's baseball season. We're good. We're good at baseball. But I have another game for you guys. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys are going to call this. You guys are going to find this to be fun. Okay? We're going to play playoff roulette here, motherfuckers. Okay? So, you guys picked the division winners, the wild card winners.
Okay.
Now, time to play a little playoff roulette. Give me the American League Championship Series matchup. Who do you think out of the teams that you picked, who are the two teams that are going to make the ALCS and the NLCS?
Give me a minute to think. That's an excellent question, though. If you have your answer, though, you can go first.
Oh, so I'm going to pick.
I have an idea.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I'm just going to say Yankees, White Sox, because that's just my guess. I mean, I'm assuming that the Yankees are going to have the best record in the AL. I would have to hope, And then I think the AL West is probably going to have the weakest division winner. So I think they would probably have a matchup with the
someone
AL
went
Central
deep.
winner.
Who went deep?
That is from another game.
Oh,
from,
fuck.
Yeah.
I just
That's
looked
Judge's.
up and I saw the homer going. I was like, holy shit, who was that?
That
Yeah.
was Judge's last home run, yes. But I'm going to pick the Yankees versus the Astros.
Oh, okay.
Spicy,
I would like
huh?
revenge.
Oh, Jay Bruce, my God.
I would
He messed that
love
up.
revenge.
Should have been double play.
Fucking motherfucker. Void had to get hurt.
It's spring training. I don't care.
I'm mad. All right, but moving on. Yes. What's your predictions, guys? You said?
I didn't go
So
yet.
Yankees, White Sox. So Lucas.
All right. I guess I'm going to go. Yeah, Yankees, White Sox.
Wow. I'm the only one that picked Yankees Astros. I'm kind of proud of that. I want my revenge.
Oh, I would love it. I would be thrilled to have. No, actually, you know what? No, I'll stick with that pick, but I can see quite a few matchups happening on it. AL is pretty random to me. Like outside of whoever the Yankees play, I can see them playing quite a few teams there.
Yeah. So in the National League, in the wild card teams that we've picked, because we all picked the same NL East winner, is the Mets versus the Padres. So that's a very interesting wild card game. Who are you guys picking? I'm gonna pick the Mets to win that.
Yeah, me too. I'm
I'm
going
picking
against
DeGrom.
DeGrom in a one game.
And that
offense.
offense.
I would tend to agree. I would have to take another deep dive into the Padres roster because I'm forgetting what their bullpen looks like a bit off the top of my head, honestly. But
That's pretty good.
I thought it's probably pretty decent. It'll be interesting because the Padres, if they have a big year offensively and they reach the goals I think they can reach, then I'm gonna pick the Padres. But
well, I had the Braves in the wild card game. I had the Mets winning that, the NL East.
Oh well, true.
Yeah, and in that case,
you're picking the Padres to win.
I think I would take the Padres over the Braves.
Oh, Padres over Braves. Oh, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think Mets over Padres in one game, but I'll take Padres over Braves.
Okay, so then Eddie, then your ALDS would be Padres versus Dodgers.
Would it?
Yes, because the Padres because they would have the best record. Yep, thanks, Chad. Wow.
Get it out now.
No, the Dodgers would have the best record. It would be Dodgers Padres, right?
And then it would be Cardinals Braves. Cardinals Mets actually.
Cardinals Mets, yeah. Right. I would say Mets Dodgers NLCS.
Oh, that would be so sick.
That would be pretty sick. I think that happened. Didn't that happen a couple years ago? 2015?
Wasn't
it the NLCS?
I believe it was. No, it was Mets Cubs, if I remember correctly.
Oh, right. That was the NLDS that they made work of the Dodgers pretty easily that year.
Yeah. So they played each other. Yeah. That was a fun series. I remember that. But yes. And then, so for me and Luke, we picked the Braves to win the AL East. So it'd
Actually, no, I didn't. I made a mistake on that.
Oh.
Sorry, Tom.
No.
Yeah, I'm with Eddie on that. I believe the Mets are winning division. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I picked the Mets to win. Wait, who did I pick? I picked the Mets to win the wild card. Yes, I picked the Mets over the Padres. So the Dodgers would be playing the Mets. Yeah, the Dodgers would be playing the Mets. So either way, we're getting the Dodgers Mets.
I don't think it's going to be Dodgers Mets.
I disagree. So it'd be Dodgers Mets and Cardinals versus the Braves. The Braves would beat the Cardinals, and the Dodgers would beat would beat the Mets. And then the Dodgers and the Braves would play for the ALCS. Yes. And then we would get a rematch of last year. And I'm gonna get spicy here. And I'm gonna pick the Braves to beat the Dodgers and pull off the upset. And I'm gonna pick the Yankees to beat the Astros. I'm gonna pick the Yankees to beat the Braves. So Yankees over Braves in the World Series.
I'm gonna say that the Padres are actually gonna face the Dodgers in the championship series. I think we'll see Dodgers Padres. I think it's going to be a really sick series. Tatis going off and just a lot of fire and intensity between those two teams. But I think the Dodgers pull through and we get the desperately wanted Yankees versus Dodgers World Series. And because I'm a
Wait, but
Yankees
could we
fan,
get Dodgers Padres championship series? I mean, we could, but I think that would mean the Dodgers would have to face the NL Central winner first round, and the East winner would have to have the best record. You
wait, would
know,
that?
I think so. Am I right, Tom?
I could be wrong. Wait.
Say that again.
I think for Dodgers Padres, that would mean the NL East team would have to have the best record to face the wild card team first round.
Yes. The
And
Dodgers
then
would have the best
yeah.
record. The Padres would win the wild card game, and they would be the lowest seed, so they would have
Right.
to
So
play
that
the
if
team
the
with the
Dodgers
highest
had the
seed.
best record, they'd be the first round matchup for the Dodgers, the wild card team.
Oh,
Right.
okay. You're right. So
It's all
yeah,
about seeding.
so that's not gonna happen then, probably.
Yeah.
I'm a
Unless
smart
it's the
guy.
Mets or Braves.
Then
Have a better
yeah,
record.
I would have to go Mets Dodgers. Then I'll
Hmm.
change that. Yes, Mets Dodgers. Then I'm with you guys on that.
Hell yeah, baseball, Susan. All right,
But-
so
I would
Yeah.
love a Yankee Mets World
I only-
Series, but
Oh
I don't-
please.
I only have one more game for you guys to play.
okay.
Are you
What
ready?
kind
Give
of
it to
game?
us.
Okay, so at the end of the year, who's going to be the most improved Yankee? That's my first question.
Let me think. It's a good question, actually.
I'm going to pick Monty.
I did think about him. I'm still thinking though. Monty is definitely a strong pick.
Thank you.
I am going to.
You could go with
pick-
Glaber.
Yeah, I consider Glaber, but the thing is, I've already seen him be a stud offensive player, so I'm not going to pick him.
Couldn't go with Gary.
No, I don't believe in Gary.
No chance.
You know what? How about we make a trade? I'll take Gary. You take Monty.
Why? In what sick world do you think that's a good idea?
I'm a sick man.
You are a
All right.
six.
I'm gonna take Gary. You take Monty. Gary's gonna hit 42 home runs.
If he hits 42 home runs,
42 home runs in honor of
will-
Mariano
if
and
he
Jackie
hits,
Robinson.
if he hits 42 home runs, I'll give you $42.
Deal.
If he has 42 home runs, I might go to a Yankee game and streak on the field.
42 home runs. He had
That
34.
happens.
He had 34 in 109 games, right?
Yeah, but he
was
was-
it
that was a
106?
that was a different.
That was a
No,
totally
it
different
wasn't.
Gary.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
No.
that changes in 2 years.
Oh, that's it. You guys are going down. He's gonna hit 42 bombs.
And even so, catchers, they play less games to begin.
That too. He's right. He's right.
I'm right. You know I'm right.
Can't disagree with that point.
Nope.
He
Nope.
At
probably
most,
play
he's gonna-
120, 30
Best
games.
case is
if healthy.
120 to me. Best case
Right.
120.
Maybe 130 if healthy.
If he's like perfectly healthy, and that's very
Right.
unlikely.
right.
Bullshit.
He's
How is it-
right.
how is it
you
bullshit?
you can't disagree with that point.
You can't.
42 home runs.
Gary
With a,
Sanchez has an injury every season. Even if it's small, he's going to have an injury.
well, I'm giving him my shins and my knees. Okay. So now, you know what? I'm transferring my little league powers over to Gary. That's how this works.
Well, that
Congratulations.
might
Wow.
change things. I might change my prediction now.
Congratulations, Gary. You just hit 42 home runs. Me, I would hit probably like 62, but, got to save some for myself.
Well,
he's
he's
up
up
at
at the point right now, so.
Yes, who's going to be the team MVP?
Team MVP, I'm gonna say Giancarlo. I have a gut
Oh,
feeling
I like that
he's gonna
pick.
go off. He's gonna go off.
Guys, you know what? I'm going Garrett Cole, anchoring that rotation.
Oh yeah.
Anchoring himself to a Cy Young. Let's go. I think he's avenging that 2019 Cy Young that he should have gotten.
As much as I
Pick
wanted,
Lucas Litke.
as much as I wanted to pick Clint, you left Aaron Judge right there. So
Yep.
I'm gonna pick. I'm
He
gonna
was my
pick Aaron
second
Judge.
choice.
So I'm picking Judge because he plays the field, right? He plays every day, sort of.
Of course. Sort of.
He allegedly plays every day, and then yeah. One of the 42. No. Oh, is that
He
going
just
fair?
missed
Is that fuck?
It's foul.
I hate baseball. You know what? They should.
You guys are a
they
bit
sh-
behind me
Are
right
those
now.
are those
I
foul
saw that
poles
like 10 seconds ago.
regulation?
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
foul-
ahead. Tom's
is that-
behind.
Is that foul pole
Yeah, Tom,
regulation?
you were very behind.
I am.
I think that
Yeah, your
foul
stream's
pole
way
is
behind
just
ours.
fine. I mean, I'm watching on Yes right now.
Yeah, me too.
You know, they should really check that foul pole.
You don't think it was the foul pole?
It was the foul pole.
Any other questions for us, Tom?
Yes, I do. I do have. Who's going to be? Dun dun dun. The league.
And strikeout.
Well, actually, give me.
Shocker.
I don't. Who's going to be the team Cy Young, and then the league MVP, and then we're done.
Did you really have to ask for league Cy Young? You said, or
Well, you can say league Cy Young if you want.
wait?
Garrett Cole.
Oh, well, Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
The league MVP.
That Gary
I'll say
strikeout made me
Trout.
sad.
Because Trout just when he's healthy, like the numbers he puts up are just like you have to really go insane to be able to beat Trout for MVP. You
The
know.
thing is, though, Trout loses every other year, and he's probably due
is
for
that true?
I mean, because he's won 3 MVPs. Wait, 2 or 3, right?
It feels like he should have
3,
more,
if I remember correctly.
I think he has 3.
He's pretty good at baseball.
I mean, he's been playing since 2012.
I have a
Yeah.
prediction as well.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, league MVP.
Wow.
I like it. We're gonna clean up at the awards. Yes, he's won 3 MVPs.
Okay,
Yeah.
I figured.
Barry Bonds has 7, so he's got some
Well,
catching up to do.
Yeah,
That's not-
but for American League MVP, I guess I'd have to pick. I'm gonna have to go Trout because he's Mike Trout. It's a boring pick, but it's an honest pick.
I have a fire MVP pick for the National League, by the way.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pick Jacob deGrom to clean up both Cy Young and MVP.
Damn.
Wow. That would be nuts.
Yep,
That'd be pretty cool.
It's gonna be like the first pitcher to do it since like Verlander. Oh no, Kershaw did it.
As Kershaw did.
Pretty good pitcher that guy was.
Uh,
Eddie.
yeah. NL MVP?
Yes.
I need to think for a second.
I think I know my pick.
I have like a guess. I want to say Bex, but that's too I'm trying to think of someone right now.
I know who I'm got my pick.
You know what? I'll go bold.
Mhm.
I'm going Lindor.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just
I
gonna
like that.
let's go bold.
That's a fun pick.
we're
I'm
kind
gonna-
of high on the Mets here. I like
I'm gonna definitely go with Juan Soto for MVP.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I knew there was someone I'm forgetting. Yeah,
that's
Soto's
a
definitely been the pick of the
bingo.
race.
Come on, Juan Soto is a freaking monster, and honestly, he's a crazy good hitter for his age, and I think he's only gonna keep getting better, which is scary to say. I think
Yeah.
this is gonna be his first full year in his prime, I would say, and I think he's gonna put up some numbers that are gonna make us shit ourselves. So even if he's only an average to even below average defender, I don't even think anyone's gonna give a shit because the
breaks.
number he's gonna be that good. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
that good.
He's basically like Ted Williams.
He is.
offensively.
It's nuts. So I think he's gonna win MVP, but Cy Young, that's the tougher pick, I would say for sure.
I love how we all picked the Yankees to win the World Series, by the way.
Oh, of course. But
Yeah,
for Cy Young, I'm gonna have to go with. Shit, this is tough, dude. NL Cy Young's bet you very tough. There's a lot of pitchers in contention for that off the top of my head.
you know, I'm gonna help you out. I've already picked DeGrom.
Yeah, I don't want.
and I'm sticking to it. By the way,
Yeah, I mean DeGrom basically last year he was great too. I think he had like 1 or 2 bad starts, which in like a season where you have like 10 starts, it's really gonna screw your ERA over and other numbers. So he was in the thick of it last year too. But
I think I got one.
go for it.
I'm gonna say that the Dodgers are gonna have the Cy Young Award winner, and it's
Walker
going to
Buehler.
be Walker Buehler.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
I know.
God you didn't say Trevor Bauer, else that would have.
I wanted to fake you out with that one.
Good Lord.
I sensed Bueller coming.
Yes, I love how Damon Oppenheimer passed on Walker Buehler in the draft. I believe it was for either Blake Rutherford or James Kaprelian. No, I believe it was for, it's one of those two.
Not great.
Thanks, Damon. You're doing a fantastic job. Tyler Wade's hitting 170, Damon. Thank you.
Oh, speaking of Tyler Wade, he just tried
Yeah.
playing tag. That was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
He was out of the base path, but
Fucking
try.
guy can't play baseball.
He's playing tag.
He did a bad job at it. He lost instantaneously.
He did.
So, yeah. Is there anything else right now? Everyone seems to be healthy with the exceptions for, Voit and Britton. And even Justin Wilson's looking good. Chad Green just got bombed. Poor guy. Oh, Aroldis Chapman got booed off the mound the other day. That was fun.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Booze
And then
during a spring training game.
he was filthy yesterday, but he had a really great inning yesterday,
Yep.
so that's not a concern. Everything's looking good. Oh, one last thing. There is one last thing. Boone set the rotation. We can talk about that. It's Cole, Kluber, Herman, Montgomery, Cole, Tyone for the first 6 games.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts about Tyone skipping that first start?
Keep the load light on those guys at the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I think that's the plan. I mean, this first month they're gonna try to give these guys as much extra rest as possible, with the exception of Cole. And I think when it's all said and done, they are gonna empty the tank with Kluber. Honestly, I think they're really gonna try to get everything they can out of him because he's on a 1-year deal and he's coming. Of course, he's coming back from injury, and they're gonna slowly build him and be careful with him. But I think once he's built up enough, they're just gonna let him fly, because they want to get as many innings out of him as they possibly can. And you know what? Go for it, because I think he's going to be a good pitcher. I don't care what everyone else says, because, the velo's so low. He's like 90 to 92. I'm like, yeah.
That's
And his whole
basically
career,
what it was.
he's never been above like 94 at most, maybe 95 tops in his career. So I don't know why you care. As long
He's
as
not someone that
come on.
it doesn't really matter for someone like him.
The stuff still looks good. Like, the stuff is still there. It's just
the breaking ball still breaking, the changeup still changing, the
cutter looks great.
The 2-seamer still 2-seaming. We're good, buddy. We're good. 2 wins away from 100. Away. 2 wins away from 100. So congratulations are in order for Corey in about mid-May. So and then what are your thoughts on Herman being ahead of Monty? It's very interesting.
I don't think the order means too much,
right.
Honestly.
Yeah,
but,
I was going to say the same.
I think that Monty's definitely better and deserves to be ahead if we want to get more technical with it, but I don't really care. I don't. But in the end, Herman has been very good this spring, so it's like whatever. It's not like we're putting Chacin out there or a Chris Capuano or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all of our rotation, they're all going to be good pitchers for us. I don't think it matters too much. We're fine. Yankees are good at baseball. Our rotation, good. Bullpen, good. Team, good. Offense hits the ball. Tyler Wade, not good.
Yeah, we'll probably find out if he makes the team today or tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
He's still standing there. Okay, he's standing right there, so I think he made the team.
Well, I told you he's probably making the team. I'm just curious to see if they have any moves coming, just because.
Don't get me mad.
I don't know. I get the vibe that something small could happen, but we'll see.
So $200+ million on a payroll. Now one decent middle infielder.
I will say I do find it interesting that Boone did kind of avoid saying Wade was on the team after they released.
That basically speaks volumes that they're looking for just about any other option.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they will consider other options that come their way. It's just you got to find the right one. And I think if I had to guess right now, gun to my head, by the end of the year, Tyler Wade will not be on the Yankees bench. If I'm being forced to guess. I have a feeling that some way, somehow, they either get someone in a trade that's cheap and cost controlled, or maybe they sign a veteran who has yet to sign because Tyler Wade is batting under 100 in May or June. You know, some of that fun stuff.
Yes, just don't get me mad. Nice pitch by Loizaga, by the way. Looking good. I'm liking this team. So, do we have anything else?
I do not.
I have one closing statement.
Oh, go for it.
Let's go Yankees and let's win it all. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Let's
Eddie,
go Yanks.
you could feel the excitement in Eddie's voice.
Oh, yeah. You can feel that.
I am excited. I'm very excited.
Opening day, we're all going to be screaming. So until then, this has been
yeah.
a great episode as usual. And everybody get pumped because it is almost opening day.
Also,
Go Yankees.
April 1st, baby.
Please
Woo!
subscribe and leave like a rating. That would be great. Subscribe to our YouTube page at the Yankee Center. Do that. Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody, and I will see you all next time on the Yankee Center podcast. See you, everybody.
Peace.
See ya.